Traveling full-time means we don't have a home to return to in the U.S. But thanks to Trusted House Sitters, we still get to spend holidays and special moments close to our family. We've stayed in amazing homes, we've met wonderful people, and made travel back to the U.S. affordable again. In this video, we're sharing how this platform keeps us connected and keeps our budget happy too. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Those of you who know us, Tyke and Tina from Tyke and Tina's Adventures, know that we sold everything we own, including our home, to travel the world. And we started our journey this year in Southeast Asia. So over the past almost 6 months, we have spent our time traveling, slow traveling around Southeast Asia.
Yep.
But now that it's getting close to the holidays, we wanted to come back to the US to visit with family. And so how do we stay on budget when we come back to the US to visit friends and family? This is a really hard question because now that we're back in the US for a while, we see how everything has just skyrocketed. Food, gas, everything has gone up.
Not that it was cheap before we left,
Right.
but you know, when you sell everything, which some of the people that we've traveled with have done the same thing we have.
Mm-hmm.
They've sold everything. How do you make that exchange rate work in the U.S.? Because in Asia, it's a really great exchange rate. You can live for pennies on the dollar compared to the U.S. But when you come home to visit family or spend time in the U.S., how do you make that dollar stretch while you're here?
Yeah. So the way we found out that works really well for us is we signed up for a platform called Trusted Housesitters. And this is a really great program. It allows us to stay in someone else's home, someone that might want to travel but not sell their home. And there's a lot of you out there that are watching our channel that want to do stuff like that. So this can go either way. This can be a platform for you as the homeowner to sign up for and have someone care for your home and your pets while you're away visiting Southeast Asia, say, or Europe, or wherever you want to go. Or it can be for people like us who've sold everything and don't have a home to come back to when we come to the States, because you know, we still have family, we have children and grandchildren, and there's things that we have to do back in the States. Tyke's getting ready to have a big birthday coming up in a couple weeks. He's gonna turn 65. So we had to come back to the States to get him signed up for Medicare and all that fun stuff. So we signed up for Trusted House Sitters, and we have a link in the description. If you wanna sign up, you can click on our link and it will save you 25% on the yearly fee. So it is about $129. So this was our solution, Trusted House Sitters. It's a really great way. It's just a great platform that allows travelers like us to connect with homeowners who need someone to care for their home and their pets. And the best part about it is no money is exchanged.
Yeah.
It's really, really
So
great.
that translates to that. How do you stretch your dollar while you're home? Well, living for a short period of time, or even relatively long periods of time, caring for someone's home in nice communities. You get to choose. It's not like you're subject to them choosing who you're going to sit for. And you get to stay we're staying in one right now, as a matter of fact. In a nice community, you get to pick the communities and the homes and the people. And of course the people pick you as well because they interview you.
Yeah.
But think about that. You're staying for $0.
Yeah.
You're not paying a power bill. You're not paying garbage. You're not paying taxes.
Yep.
You buy a little bit of food, right? You got to eat. But you know, in the U.S., it is cheaper to buy your food at the store and make it than it is in Asia. So you know, you can.
So before we thought about Trusted House Sitters, we were trying to think, how are we going to pay, or where are we going to stay when we come back to the US? Because we know we want to come back for family events, grandkid events, birthdays, holidays, things like that, we're always going to come back. There's always things we have to do here that we can't do in a foreign country.
Yeah.
So you guys know that prices are crazy right now, and we could stay in a hotel because we have the hotel points, which in the United States, it costs a lot more points to stay per night than it does in some place like Southeast Asia. So if we want to do like a short-term rental or an Airbnb, that would cost us thousands of dollars. And you guys know our budget is $3,500 or less. So we decided the only way we're going to be able to stay on budget when we come visit the US is if we sign up for Trusted House Sitters.
Yep.
And so that saves us like $1,200 to $1,500 a month.
Easy.
Right there, because we're not staying in a hotel, we're not doing an Airbnb, we're not doing any of those things that can add up really, really fast.
And we didn't really want to be couch surfers full time, even though our family is more than accommodating and they'll let us stay with them. You also need that time alone too, right?
Yeah.
And they do as well. So we just wanted our own space to unwind at the end of the day, and this gives us a way to really cherry pick where we want to be and when we want to be there, and enjoy the company of each other and some fur babies along the way.
Yeah, we totally enjoy spending time with family, and that's why we came back to the States, is to visit. But it's really easy to wear out your welcome when you're spending 24/7 with each other. And like Tyke said, we like our own space, and it's nice to have your own bathroom and your own bed and things like that. So we signed up for Trusted House Sitters from another travel couple that we know and follow, and so we got a little discount coupon as well, like you can get from using our affiliate link. And we just looked at it and checked it out online, and we thought, let's try this. This might be really what we need. So this is kind of how it works. You're gonna go on there and sign up for it, and you're gonna create a profile, right? Use a cute picture. We used one of us sitting on the couch with our dog, and you want some photos of you with your animals, or just you, so the family...
If you don't have animals,
so the family can get to know you. You're gonna need some references, and at first we were like, oh, we've never really pet set before, we've never really house set before, so what are we gonna do for references? And then I thought, you know what, we've watched the house of our friends, we've watched our friends' pets, we've gone over and fed them and taken care of plants. It's the same thing. So you get in touch with friends or relatives that you've helped them out with their house or with their pets, and you just ask them to write you a nice referral of how responsible you are and how much you love animals, and it'll work out just fine. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid that you have never done this officially as a house pet sitter. You don't have anybody to give you a reference, because it's really easy to find someone that can vouch for you. So then you put up your references and you put up your profile, and you just start browsing through all of the different sits. And I'll show you a screenshot. You can select all kinds of different things. You can tell them what part of the country you want. It can be specific as a city and state, like Boise, Idaho, or New York City.
Bend, Oregon.
Or you can be broad and just say anywhere, and just because you can do a sit in a foreign country too. So maybe part of your foreign travel is do a house sit while you're there to save some money on accommodations when you're house sitting. And you might think, well, if I'm taking care of their house and their pets, I'm never going to be able to do anything else. I'm just going to have to sit in their house all day long and make sure their pets are okay. That's not the case at all. The sits that we've signed up for and done have been, the pet can stay by itself for up to 6 or 8 hours a day. That's a lot of time to go out and do touristy things, or go watch a movie, or go spend time with family, whatever you want to do.
Well, and the pet, often the pet wants to go anyway. So, they'll tell you if the pet likes to go for rides and things like that. And if you're, if you're accustomed to that, that's another way to go as well. Everybody gets to go.
And there's a variety of pets, so you can select the dates you want to be gone. You can select the place you want to do the house sit, And you can get lucky and be like right next door to your family. There's just so many sits available for you to choose from. And you can focus it down to a certain area, or you can be broad and just let your imagination go wild and say, where do we want to visit that we've never been? Or what do we want to see? You can select what kind of animals you want, because there's a huge variety from cats, dogs, fish,
cattle,
chickens,
horses. Yeah.
I mean, you can go the whole thing. And so we kind of like to stick with cats and dogs. Cats are super easy. You guys know cats just kind of are self-sufficient. You put their food out and they have their cat litter box. They don't even really need, a lot of cats don't ever go outside, but some don't need to go outside very often. So it's a full range of whatever you want it to be. You know, you have to look at the responsibilities. There's a list of responsibilities, and they show pictures of their pets and give you their ages and kind of tell you a little bit about them. So you have to look through that and decide for yourself, what are you willing to do? Are you wanting to give medication to an animal? Because there's a few on there that require medication. Some have very specific daily routines. You know, how many dog walks do you want to do? Things like that. So you just kind of get in there and start looking at some of the different things, and find out which sit is going to be a good sit for you. And then you apply for that sit.
Yeah.
And you give a little brief description of who you are and why you're wanting to do this sit and how you feel like you would be a good fit for it. Just like a couple of paragraphs. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
And then they see that, and sometimes it takes a couple of days because not everybody checks it, and sometimes these people are traveling already and maybe have another sit going on. So just be patient and wait for them to respond, and they'll reach out and say, hey, can we set up like a Zoom video call or a FaceTime call, because they want to see you and kind of get to know you a little bit over a video call. And this is a great opportunity for you too to ask some of those questions that you might have about, hey, what's the timeline?
What's the community like?
Yeah. What kinds of things should I be expecting to be responsible for? Things like that. And then in our case, every time we've done a video call with somebody, they've just said, okay, will you accept the sit? And you pretty much know right then if you're going to be doing the sit or not. So make sure you ask all of your questions before that video call is over. Make sure you know what time they want you there, what time you can leave, things like that. So then if it's a match, it's done. You go to their house and you sit for free, and maybe you'll water some plants and take their dog for a walk and make sure they get their food. And it's really, really a pretty sweet gig.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it's it's a great opportunity to network with people and meet other people that are traveling or maybe starting to travel. We've met some wonderful homeowners, walked some great dogs through some great neighborhoods, discovered local things like farmers markets and historical sites that we've never been to. I've never been to where we're at right now, and this has been a nice little vacation in and of itself, so to speak, a slow travel in the stateside, for lack of a better word.
That's true, yeah. Great neighborhoods, great things. I mean, there's plenty of stuff in the U.S. to look at and discover. I mean, if you're afraid of traveling overseas, maybe this is the way you do it, is do a Trusted Housesitters
Start
little
seeing some of the
staycation where you go to Lake Tahoe or go to the Grand Canyon or something like that, and you stay in someone's home while you get to travel around and see all the touristy things. You can find sits really close to your family as well. So just do your research, set your parameters on the website and see what's available near you, and just be flexible, because sometimes a sit might come up that doesn't quite meet the dates that you were thinking of, but maybe it would be a great sit and you can alter your dates. So that's something to think about too. This really, really helps our budget. We can't tell you enough about how this helps our budget. And let's just talk numbers for a second. If we were to stay in hotels, even for a couple weeks in the US, it could easily cost us $3,000.
Probably closer to 4 at today's rates.
Because really, we've been looking at a couple hotels to stay at just in between house sits, and in between we need to get from one place to another, and maybe we don't want to drive all day long. And the cheapest one is, even if it says $85 a night, you're going to pay almost $15-20 in fees.
Yep.
So you're looking at between $100 and $150 or more for a decent hotel stay.
And that's on the low end. Good luck with that. And especially if you're running over a holiday or near a holiday, all those prices spike.
Yeah.
So those aren't really there's not something you can really count on.
Yeah.
It depends on the day of the week, the time of the year.
Yeah.
So instead, by using this service, Trusted House Sitters, you spend goose eggs, 0 on housing, other than your food and any other recreational thing you might want to do.
Yeah.
Plus getting to spend it in a place you want to spend it in, and not like, oh, I got to stay at the Bargain Basement Hotel for a week because I don't have any money. But that's just more room for family dinners, gas, groceries, and everyday expenses.
Yeah. It really frees up the budget to be able to do some of that stuff we really want to do. And with inflation being what it is right now, that really helps out, because prices on everything from eggs to car rentals have really skyrocketed. So every dollar saved really matters.
Yeah, it's one of the ways we keep our budget and keep our early retirement lifestyle sustainable, while being able to spend extended periods of time in the States, even with the high cost of living here. It makes it really affordable.
Really doable.
Yeah.
So here are 5 tips for you to get started with Trusted House Sitters. The first thing you have to do is build your profile. Add some friendly photos, add a short story about you, about who you are and why you love pets. The second thing is, we recommend that you start local. If it's your first time applying for a sit, apply for a shorter stay, because you can stay from a day or two to a week to as much as a couple months.
Local, that means it's familiar. You know the area, you know where you're going, and plus your proximity to your home or family is just right there.
Yeah, and we've been pretty lucky. We got, like we said, that every time we've interviewed, we've got the sit, so we didn't rely on that sit review, like you've already done a sit and the person is reviewing you and saying you did a good job. We haven't been able to rely on that when we first started. So it's good to, hopefully you'll be that lucky too, that you'll just be able to get sits. But if you need some more reviews, start local, start with a short sit. There are some that show up as last minute. And if you're really having trouble getting sits, just sign up for one of those last minute sits that people really need somebody to come and help with their pet. And so there you can have it, and you can get a good review, and you're on your way. The third thing, like we've mentioned before, is be flexible. The best listings go really fast. So having flexible travel dates is a good idea. People will look at the house pictures sometimes, or the fact that it's a easy to care for pet maybe. So some of those really good sits that you might want might go fast, so be flexible. And the fourth thing is, we want you to read the reviews. So make sure that this is going to be a good fit.
Yeah.
So read those reviews. They will give you some insight on how easy to handle the pets are, or if they're friendly with, maybe you have a pet that you want to bring with you.
Are they open to that?
Yeah, just read through those reviews and see what you think.
And just remember, it's not just about free accommodation, although that's
a
huge part of it, right? I mean, otherwise, why would you do it? But it's also, like anything in life, if you're helping someone and they feel comfortable leaving their pets with you, which, let's face it, a lot of their family, right? Our chocolate lab is our family. We love pets, and we really appreciate the fact that our sit owners are putting their trust in us to care for their home, care for their pets, and just like if they were our own. And I think that it's a great fit for our demographic because most of us, by the time they've reached our age, have had multiple pets, multiple homes,
Yeah.
have an experience with home maintenance and upkeep, and if anything needs to be taken care of, it's you've got that background, and the bonus is that you're not paying anything for it.
Yeah. And I think one of the other things that they don't really talk about on the website is it's kind of a built-in security for the homeowner, because if you leave your home and shut it up for a couple weeks or a month, people can kind of tell that there's no one there, the house is empty. So having a trusted house sitter, pet sitter living in your home while you're gone is really a built-in security system too, because someone's coming and going at random times. There's lights on, you can see people moving around in it. So, people aren't gonna take advantage of the house being empty and, do those awful things that people do sometimes. So for us, Trusted House Sitters has been the perfect way to stay connected to our family and friends in the U.S. without breaking our travel budget.
Exactly. And along the way, we've met amazing people. We have, got to interact and care for fluffy little adorable pets,
Yeah.
and discovered that home can be anywhere, even if it's someone else's living room.
Yeah.
So
if you'd like to learn more about how we make full-time travel affordable, check out our videos. We have one about IHG rewards on how we stay cheap in hotels. And we have lots more videos in our catalog, so check it out. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you on our next adventure.